Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob continuing the file narration and voice line series for the various operators in Arknights. And as we are going still through the second round of these, meaning one rarity for all categories and one character per category, we are going to look at the file and the voice lines today for Pramanix. So almost done with the second run of this before we before we go back to the top and start again next time with 4 stars. But yeah, I had several options here. Before I get into anything here, I had several options here to consider. There was Meyer with 200%, Scene, Pramanix, Sora. Sadly not Istina. I would have actually loved to make this one into an Istina one, considering that, well, there hasn't been much story on the Ursus children for a while. But sadly she is not 200% yet. Funnily enough, 9-color deer that was recently added is almost 200%, but that's another can of worms. I've just been using her on grinding teams. I don't know what to say. She's almost done. But yeah, Pramanix. One of my earliest acquired 5-star units. I had her, I think she's like, what, like the 4th 5-star I ever gotten? And I've been playing the game since its very launch in what was like 2.5 years ago at this point, or is it more? 2.5 years, whatever. But yeah, I had her since the beginning basically, and she was originally part of a lot of my early teams. I mean, her kit makes her pretty useful if you ask me, at least, considering that her second skill is essentially a hey, rip your defense and resistance. And she by herself already hits 2 targets, so that's always fun. But yeah, Pramanix, one of the characters that we had since the beginning of the games. We basically had the entire Silver Ash clan since the beginning of the game, including, actually I don't know when they were added, now that I think about it, and I'm thinking about Courier and Motherhorn. When were those added? Were they also in the game from the very beginning? I can't remember. But yeah, the Silver Ash clan, we had them since the beginning of the game, and the only thing we knew about them was from their files and their voice files. And while that was neat and all, recently being able to see the region of Kjerag, their beliefs, and how things just go there, well, that was nice. Considering for people who actually bothered to read the files way before on the characters and knew a couple of details, seeing that then for themselves was actually refreshing. But it's also very nice to have finally been able to see those very moments where, oh, this is how we get to meet this character and how they get to interact with us and why they decide to well, join us. Especially Pramanix here, who has a very complicated way of getting to go on missions with us. That is a whole can of worms, my god. But what can I say? Again, as a unit, I haven't used her much since only at the very beginning of the game, but she decently shreds enemies' defenses and resistances, and can help quite a lot. Can help quite a lot in certain situations. As for her as a character, well, outside of her file, I never originally knew anything else. I mean, a lot of context is missing. Also remembering that I need to switch this for later. But yeah, how about we get into the file and I can talk about it afterwards a bit more. So let's begin with this, shall we? So, Pramanix, basic info. Codename Pramanix, gender female, combat experience half a year. For people who have who have read Break the Ice, that will make more sense. Place of birth, Kjerag. Date of birth, February 13th. Race, feline. Height, 161 centimeters. Infection status. Medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Physical exam. Physical strength, normal. Mobility, normal. Physical resilience, standard. Technical acumen, excellent. Combat skill, standard. Originium arts assimilation, outstanding. Profile. Pramanix is Carlan Saintes Pramanix is a Carlan Saintes born in Kjerag, the leader of the entire religion of her homeland. She uses the holy bell given to her by the gods to summon the power of wind and snow. She came to Rhode Island by secret means, and the post she holds as well as how long she held it are both confidential. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests reveal clear normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be non-infected. Cellular originium fusion rate 0%. Operator shows no sign of infection in this time. Blood crystal density 0.11 units per liter. This operator has not been active in zones with large concentrations of originium. Archive file number 1. The Carlan Saintes, the Enlightened One, and the Praised One. All of these titles belong to Pramanix and Pramanix alone. As the supreme leader of the entire religion of Kjerag, she has a series of special privileges. Even her older brother, nominally Kjerag's most senior official, Silver Ash, must bow to her in public. She is honored, perfect, and divine. She brings glory to Kjerag. Yet nobody knows that in her heart, she is suffering. Archive file number 2. The ceremony for canonizing a new saint is sacred but brutal. After the current saint passes away, girls of the appropriate age all head to the shrine where a saint is chosen. Only the girl hit by the first drop of water from the thawing ice obtains the right to be the saint. Afterward, the chosen one takes the trial bell and sets out from the shrine. They follow Heaven's Road up the mountain to the residence of the gods. Once they hang the trial bell upon its hook there, the trial is over. En route, it is customary for the girl to nod her head every 3 steps and ring the bell every 5. Those who break this custom lose their chance to become saints. The new saint is born from the thawing snow on the 2nd day. Because Heaven's Road is long and winding, the trial is very severe. Some give up immediately, others collapse on the side of the road. Only those who have a solid constitution, strength, piety, and the protection of the gods will have the chance to become the saint. Archive file number 3. Aside from the elders of the Vine Bear Court, Pramanix also has to deal with the everyday affairs of the clergy, visiting statesmen, conducting all manner of religious ceremonies, and deciphering countless scriptures. There are so many tasks that she is sometimes overwhelmed with pressure, to the point of being unable to breathe. Because of this, she has to come up with clever methods to relax. It is then that she unloads her burden and reveals her true nature. Archive file number 4. If she hadn't become saint, Pramanix might still be at the old Silver Ash residence, fiddling with her favorite silks, drinking tea or reading books into the afternoon. However, her brother made a difficult decision, and they reached a compromise. The two have since broken off contact with one another, Even their blood relation cannot make up for the disappointment Pramanix feels towards Silver Ash. Apart from polite greetings in public, the two haven't had a conversation since. Promotion record. Pramanix's bell was given to her by the gods. According to legend, its sound can summon ice and snow strong enough to extinguish flames and wrap the world in cold. In reality, it does not live up to such exaggerated stories, but it is still a much stronger weapon than most ordinary staves. It should be noted that when ringing the bell, it must be accompanied by a prayer. If the bell does not sound, then its wielder will be encased in ice. If a mistake is made in the prayer, the arts will be cast upon the bell wielder herself. Essentially, no one but Pramanix is capable of using the bell. A nice little detail there at the end about the bell, that it's not just an ornament. I can't remember, but I think in the Break the Ice story it wasn't really addressed much. I really am trying to remember now, but I don't think they ever said anything about the bell. The bell was present throughout the story, because every time she would walk up to somewhere or appear, you could hear a bell in the background. Even though I'll say this, the sound of the bell in the story was way too freaking low. You could barely hear it, and I had the volume so high up. My god. But yeah, this is a very short file, as you all are probably noticing, and it's pretty much because she's one of the earliest added characters. I mean, these are all almost pretty much like bullet points to a story that has yet to be written, and that's what I find interesting and very beautiful, and what I love about story writing in any form of media that is long running. It is literally a thing of, if you don't know what to do with this detail that you just came up, put it there, put it out there, and then later when you get back to it, you will probably have an idea how to use it, or along the way of writing, you will have an idea how to use that little item that you've placed into the story. And this is pretty much a prime example of it. There are a couple of things that are said here. Obviously, a couple of them are about how the saint gets chosen, which doesn't really fully get addressed in Break the Ice, because it's not a focal point. It just gets noted that it's a brutal thing to go through. But here we have pretty much very well written out how the whole process goes. But then again, the only bullet points here that we have is Vinebear Court, and that she is the leader of the religion there, of Kjerag, that is. And that's pretty much it. Everything else was then written, at least for her file. Obviously, Silver Ash, Clifford, and the rest have their own files about the region, but all of these little pieces have pretty much led up to a very well written and very interesting story that showed the region, its people, and its beliefs. And it also led us to recruit a freaking god. One more for the pile, right? Anyway, as obviously pretty much anything narrated on this channel, the whole purpose is just to you guys have a relaxing time and just to listen to these narrations and maybe my ramblings along the way. I'm always happy I'm very happy that they started adding English voice lines, so you don't really have to pay attention to the screen at all for this specific part as well. Now I'll say this, even though she has an English VA now, and the English VA does a fantastic job to pretty much bring in the same energy and personality through the voice as the original VA, which was in Japanese, obviously. I was still very torn because of personal bias to do the Japanese VA. And it's pretty much to do because Sayori Hayami is pretty much one of my favorite Japanese VAs. Just gonna put that out there. Pretty much, if I had a top 5, she would be probably either spot 1 or 2. Probably 1. Let's put it like that. She would probably be spot number 1. But yeah, if you want an example, if you guys who are listening to this have watched Spy Family, she is your forger as one of her more recent roles. And she is in a lot of other media as well. So have a gander. You've probably heard the voice. if you watch any anime or play any JRPGs, you've probably heard the voice. In a lot of places, and in a lot of unexpected places. But yeah, this is the part where I will shut up and mute myself, boost the background volume, and let the character talk for themselves. And obviously it's gonna be in English, so you guys can keep listening and enjoying this. So I'll see you at the end of this.
You're here to pray? Sorry, I'm busy right now. Yes, I'm the current Carlin Saintess. But everyone swamped by work deserves a little break from time to time, don't you think? Wasting time on trivial affairs is what I call slacking off. What I'm doing right now is taking the opportunity to recharge. Work hard, play hard, right? Don't force all those rigid rules on me. The Carlin Goddess? We share a good relationship, thanks to my duty as the Saintess. I'd be happy to help you, but the life of a Carlin Saintess is a busy one. Well, I guess I'll make an exception for you this once, but please make it short. My sis, Encia. You people at Rhodes Island are all pretty fond of her, right? So it's not like she received any special treatment from that guy. And now... well, I think I get it now. It's fine like this. I'll just keep watching over her. It's fine. I twisted my ankle once when I was a kid. My brother carried me on his back all night, going from house to house until someone agreed to take us in. I decided that very moment that I wanted to grow up to become someone like my brother. But now... forget it. Huh? How did you find me? I'll freeze your toes! Oh... coffee? For me? Thanks. Doctor, wanna hang out here with me for a while? The view is pretty nice. But let's keep it a secret, okay? A secret between just the two of us. Oh, this coffee is so bitter. It's rare to get rest like this. Shh, I sneaked out. Oh, hi, HR Director. I'm here to lend my powers to Rhodes Island. Pramanix, Carlin Saintess at your service. Bless you, my friend. I hear a voice, repeating something in my head. You shall emerge victorious one day. This is the pledge of Carlin, and what I'm praying for as well. Since when did you need blessings too? Can you wait a bit? I'll get ready. May the holy Mount Carlin be with us. Follow the bells, and you'll find the way. Let me pray towards the mountains for you. Impurities must be purged. Be careful. I am ready. Let us begin. You have my blessings. Oh, spirits, hear my prayer. Here come the bells. Cold winds binding my enemies. These powers are a gift from the holy mountain. As the bells ring, the impenetrable armor shall be no more. It was simple. Thanks to the spirit's power, the light of Carlin was shining on us. If only we could have won without bloodshed. Just my wish. It's not looking good. I suggest we retreat at once. It's a really peaceful place. Huh? Close your eyes, and I'll bring you somewhere new. Do keep your eyes closed, okay? Arknights, you have my blessings, Doctor.
Alright. Can we just quickly acknowledge how many voice lines start with Just confusion? What? You're talking to me? But yeah. Anyway, final thing that I can say here. Well, first off, the operator record is uploaded to this channel if you all are interested to pretty much see, well, pretty much see a mini short story of, hey, here is how I sneak out of there and go work in Rhode Island kind of deal. It's kind of adorable, not gonna lie. The whole bit with her sneaking out is kind of adorable, and I recommend that operator record if you want to see it. It is not narrated, so you'll have to read it yourself, but it's very good. It's very funny. So yeah, that will be linked both on screen here at the end and in the description. And as a final thing, this is probably one of my top 2-3 outfits in the game for any of the characters. The other one, very similar in design, would be the one for shit, I did forget the name for a second. Spectre. Jesus Christ, the name escaped me. Would be the one for Spectre. Very similar kind of design, but I love it. Very fluffy, comfy, cozy. But yeah, this will be it. Once again, thank you all for listening. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.